John Kersey, and I'm here with Wendy Dean, who's a student at Cuyahoga Community College, and she's completing an internship with Moody Radio Cleveland 103.3 on the FM dial in the Cleveland area. Wendy, why did you pursue this internship?
I wanted to get some on-hand experience in a studio.
What have you been doing here?
I've been screening phone calls, I've been answering emails, I've been helping gather news information, getting copies for Brian and Kathleen, and a few times I've even been on the air.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe the experience?
It's been a lot of fun. It can be stressful at times, but only because I'm the type of person that wants to do my best. So as long as you keep focus, you'll do fine.
Great. Lastly, what advice would you have for another student at Cuyahoga Community College that's thinking about whether they ought to pursue an internship?
I would suggest keep focus of your ending goal, so that way on those days that it is kind of tough, that you have focus on your ending goal and it will keep you moving forward.
As a result of this internship, talking about goals, right? Mm-hmm. Has this helped you in terms of where you'd like to be?
Oh yes, definitely in broadcasting. The first time that I came in here, I was thrilled, and I'm actually sad that my internship is ending, but I'm looking forward to my next internship somewhere else.
Yeah. Where'd you like to be, say, 2-3 years from now?
I would love to be at Fox 8.
We're actually on video
we're
right
on a
now.
video.
Can I try some?
Yeah. Oh. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi.
This is Brian and Kathleen, or Brian and Kathleen Mornings, if you haven't figured it out, from Moody Radio Cleveland, WCRF, and they're just telling us a little bit more about Wendy Dean and her internship this semester at WCRF. What were your expectations for Wendy?
Well, when she came in, we had high expectations, actually, because we really needed the help. In fact, one of her biggest roles was being our first line of defense with callers. In live radio, what you don't want to do is just answer the phone live, because you don't know what people are going to say. And so if we don't have Wendy with us, we have to do it ourselves, and it's distracting. And so she was able to filter for us which calls should we take, which calls shouldn't we take, and then even think through prioritizing better calls, help us organize so we balance conversations on the air. So she really was our first line of defense. We needed her to nail it, and she did.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And another part of the taking the phone calls, was we would get the phone call in here during the show, and we can't answer it, and we're like, oh man, we're missing someone who has something valuable to say. But because Wendy's here, we're able to still communicate with listeners even when we are on air and we are doing our main job. I don't have to leave the room and run out and say, hi, thanks for calling. Wendy's there for us, and she's been so helpful with keeping things efficient, with putting our show together. Brian and I collect a bunch of news stories, and Wendy's even been a great help in finding news stories for us as well, and saying, oh, wouldn't this be funny to add to this segment, or you guys could ask this great questions. And she had asked a question to get an expert interview to join us about how can we really learn how to forgive people when it's something that's unforgivable. So we had a whole segment that was all based upon a segment that Wendy had suggested to us, and she came in and was able to speak on the radio and talk about why she wanted to talk about this particular topic. We've had her join us a couple of times in studio, so it's been hopefully a great experience for her. I know we certainly have been able to move our daily process faster because of her help.
Great. One other question: if another student wanted to intern based on what you've seen with Wendy, what would you say?
I'd say go for it, because number one, we need the help, and number two, if you're looking for real-world experience for your resume, if you actually want to work in media, we're going to give you an opportunity to do things that actually matter. You're not going to sit here and file papers or organize things or move paper clips around. You're going to do real radio with us, and you're going to have a chance to actually say you've done it when you want to get into communication. Yeah. And so we need the help, you need the experience, so I think it's a good match.
Yeah, and I know that I have experience doing different internships, and it was so helpful to be able to really get into the nitty-gritty of things and realize, I don't want to do this. And, to be able to have that extra experience. So before spending all this money on college and things like that. Do an internship so that you can figure out if this is really where you're called to be. And I think Wendy now has a better understanding of where she wants to be and how she wants to use the lessons she's learned here.